Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, I'm going to present to you true FOMO. And I'm talking about institutional FOMO because I have some staggering statistics to show you guys, including one that shows $3.6 billion worth of Bitcoin was just bought and came out of exchanges. This is one of the biggest exodus I've ever seen. Truly shows that yes, institutions, also FOMO. So let's take a look at this and what else is going on behind the scenes. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest articles on CryptosRUs.com. And yes, I was having a good chat with Andrew, who is very fascinated with cars and C8s. It used to be the Lotus Emira, now it's the C8. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it because I do run another car channel called Drivers Only, but not that much sports cars on there. All right, switching gears back to crypto. Bitcoin could not break 41,000. It tried a couple times, and it came back down, and we had a little dip right here. That's because people were waiting for the Fed to announce, or Chairman Powell to announce, what he's going to do with rates. And, of course, as expected, nothing. Interest rates will stay low for some time, indefinite period of time going forward, which means inflation is going to continue to rise. Last count was 5.5% CPI. If you look at assets, it's a lot more. And it's going to continue as the rates stay near zero. And, I forgot what the official number was. 130 or 150 billion bonds, corporate bonds, junk bonds being bought per month. And where's all this money coming from? Well, out of thin air, unfortunately. This is why there's an overload of cash that's just being pumped into everything right now. And you know what? When the money supply grows by 20, 30, 40%, well, guess what? You're going to see devaluation and you're going to see some inflation. And that is definitely what we're seeing right now. But why that's good is it's helping Bitcoin. You could argue Bitcoin is inflating in a good way because Bitcoin's price is going up while the USD, even though it's $1, the buying power keeps decreasing. And recently we had this good run up, close to 40,000, right? We were at 41, but we can't break it yet. But Bitcoin is holding strong right under this 41,000 mark, and it will break through soon, according to my sources. So let's prepare for that. But in the meantime, Mike Novogratz did an interview, and he said, well, institutions are buying Bitcoin. That is the reason why Bitcoin has started to come up. So that got me thinking, is this true? How much did they buy recently? We know that they've been buying low, right? When Bitcoin was below 30,000, 28, 29,000, there was a lot of buying. I showed you guys a lot of buying, whale buying especially. I'm going to show you some more. But what about institutions, the ones that could afford to buy billions upon billions of dollars of Bitcoin? Well, here's the shocker. Okay, so I decided to go on CryptoQuant once again, and I'm looking at a net flow of exchanges. Okay, in terms of BTC reserves. So this subtracts the inflow with the outflow, and it calculates the net flow, whether or not you have a lot of Bitcoins that is now on the exchanges, or there's more so now, or a lot that has come out and the supply has decreased. Well, guess what? Yes, outflow tremendously. Look at it. This is huge. If you zoom in and you look at these numbers, it's staggering. Negative 23,000 Bitcoins, negative 12.4 thousand Bitcoins, and negative, here's the biggest one, negative 57,000 Bitcoins. You add all those together and you do the math, you calculate they were bought around $38,000, $39,000, maybe even at $40,000. You could see that equates to about $3.6 billion worth of Bitcoins that was bought. Most likely by institutions. Of course, there's a lot of retail FOMO in, right? And maybe that does, that could be, I don't think that adds up to more than $1 billion, but I could be wrong. I think most of this is from institutions or whales, just really wealthy people. But I think overall, the name of the game is there's a lot of FOMO. There's just a ton of FOMO out there, right? And whenever you have FOMO, of course, it drives prices up, especially crazy FOMO like this. And what's also good is when you have Bitcoin flowing out of the exchanges, right, the spot exchanges, it decreases the supply, it increases scarcity, and ultimately that's how Bitcoin is going to go up. So pretty staggering to just look at that. I didn't even check yesterday or today, and I'm like, wow. And we'll see. Tomorrow, it could be another big outflow too, right? So enormous. What else is there? Well, what other metric can I show you about institutions? Well, I found one on Glassnode, and this is the Purpose Bitcoin ETF holdings. This is the largest Bitcoin ETF in Canada. And look at the Bitcoins being held in the ETF. So unlike a trust, they can buy and sell. They can move Bitcoin in and out of the ETF based on how many people are buying the shares. And you can see that there was a dip, from May, like mid-May to the end of May, there was a slight dip. But then since then, even though Bitcoin, you could see Bitcoin's price, it's hard to see, but you could see it go down. Guess what? The number of Bitcoins in that ETF continue to rise. Kept going. And that's because institutional investors and smart investors, they know this is temporary and we need to stock up. And for them, they don't want direct exposure to Bitcoin. This is kind of like an indirect exposure. But I mean, it kind of is direct exposure because the ETF will have to buy more Bitcoins as more people buy the shares, right? So this also shows you institutional interest has not stopped. Just kept going, even when Bitcoin is coming down, even when it was low, but now we're seeing a lot more of it. There's just a lot more FOMO that is going on. Now, besides institutions, what about just retail investors? Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of buying with retail investors. On Glassnode, take a look. The number of, this is the wallets between where do I see it? It's oh no, this is all exchanges. Here we go. Here's the balance. Number of address with balance above 0.1 Bitcoin, which a lot of you guys, or most of you guys have. And you can see that number just kept going. Hasn't stopped. It just kept going, right? Recently, it kind of like cut off here, but that's because I don't have this pro package, which costs a ridiculous $800. But still, you can see retail up. Well, except here, plus 100 did not go up, but plus 1,000 up, right? So over the years, retail has also been buying, whales have also been buying, right? I'm going to break this down a little more to show some more recent times, but over the course of the last few years, you could see that the holders, the retail investors that have gotten in, they continue to hold and continue to buy. That's why the number keeps going up and up. And you don't really see any, significant dips, just a few times, but they recover really, really quickly. So there is a whole lot of buying going on right now. So it's just a matter of time that Bitcoin breaks 40,000 or breaks 41,000, I should say, and then continues higher to 43, 45, 50, 60, 64, and we'll continue on to 100,000 by the end of this year. That is my belief, and my sources tell me that I am correct. All right, so there's that. A ton of buying. What else is there? Well, PayPal is probably going to cause more FOMO with their all-in-one crypto super app that is about to launch soon. I didn't know that this was a thing. So CEO Dan Schulman said that this project was code complete and they plan on launching within the next few months. What does that mean? What is this super app? Well, it seems like they're doing a lot of stuff. So according to this, a super app wallet will feature high yield savings. So it looks like you can, I'm assuming this is DeFi. So you can directly, stake into farms or yield, liquidity pools or farms, or maybe integration with Compound and Aave. So you can basically earn high yield straight from the app. So it kind of sounds like the Trust Wallet, right? Easy access to direct deposit funds, okay? Messaging capability, I don't know who you go message. And additional crypto capabilities. Maybe, yeah, I think they're probably building like a Trust Wallet competitor. So you could have apps probably on there, so you can install Uniswap or PancakeSwap or SushiSwap or whatever, right? That's how you probably go access DEX and DeFi projects and high yield projects, right? But they're also building some other stuff. So PayPal is really serious. So will Apple follow? Well, if they want to compete, because Apple does have Apple Pay, right? And it kind of competes in the same area. So if Apple wants to compete, they have to get serious. They have to get in. And same thing with Amazon. Amazon has millions and millions and millions of users that is shopping every single day. It would not be a bad idea for them to come out with their own wallet too. And PayPal, according to them, they have now 400 million active users. 400 million. I don't know if that includes Venmo, which is another payment firm that they also own. And between both of these, you could already, between both of these apps, I should say, you could buy Bitcoin on them already. Now, it's not, you can't transfer them out or anything. They're kind of locked in there, but it does give access to a whole bunch of people, 500 million people. When they want to FOMO, they're going to FOMO in really easily, and it's going to cause this to happen, right? So this is also pretty interesting, pretty new. I didn't know they were working on some other app. Ripple and SBI collaborate to launch on-demand liquidity in Japan. SBI is backing Ripple hard. They are the one company that continues to back Ripple no matter what, thick and thin. They are a large VC firm, and I think they just don't want to lose their investment because they probably bought a ton of XRP. So they are launching this new on-demand liquidity service, and it's going to be used. It's going to be used to transfer money and be used in this crypto exchange in the Philippines called coins.ph. So you don't have a whole bunch of people that's on there already, but they're going to start. And this is, I don't even know why you need this, to be honest. I don't know what the big deal is, because Ripple and Ledger and XRP can already provide on-demand liquidity if you needed to. That's the whole point. So I don't even know what the difference is between this and what they already have. But anyways, this is the reason why XRP went up today. I saw this morning was up like 14%. It's still up 9%, right? Pretty good bump, probably because of this. But I don't know if this is really going to turn their fortunes around. They really did need to just settle that SEC lawsuit. That's first and foremost. Then everything else will start mattering. What else is there? Genesis Digital Assets raised $125 million. Okay, because they plan on tripling their hashing capacity from 2.6 EH to 8.1 EH. Basically, they want to become one of the biggest Bitcoin miners, okay, out there. We know that there's a whole bunch of miners that have exited out of China. I don't know where they're selling at. A lot of them came to the U.S., some in Kazakhstan. I think some are probably going to El Salvador and other countries. But the ones already in North America, they're not sitting idle. They're trying to take advantage. All the difficulty adjustments recently has been in downward, in a negative. It's been adjusted downward. So the miners were making a killing, really making a killing, right? So now everyone is trying to spin up as many miners as possible. And this is a tremendous, tremendous amount, tripling their hash power. And taking a look at the overall hash rate, you could see that there is a bottom there. I did mention this could be a bottom indicator, right? And now it's starting to come up. It kind of stalled a little bit over here, but I have a feeling in the near future we're going to see this come up in a big, big way. Big, big way. The next difficulty adjustment is projected to go upwards And that's because all these miners are spinning up. So that's also very, very, very positive. All right. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You know what? I forgot. This morning, I think I said it was Tuesday or something. But today's actually Wednesday. And no, I wasn't drinking this morning. So today is actually DCA day. So I've been showing you guys versus portfolio. Still up $800. That's not too bad. And the point of DCA is you do it even, you do it when it's in the red or in the green, right? You're doing a long haul with a schedule, and I have been following $100 every Wednesday. So in case you guys haven't been tracking this, but I have 50% of Bitcoin, right? And then 25% in some of the big caps, which include Ethereum and Cardano and VeChain and Matic and Chainlink, right? And then I have some mid caps and small caps, which include Theta, BNB, Solana, Harmony, Dogecoin, Decentraland. Oh, by the way, Coca-Cola just announced, and I tweeted this out, Coca-Cola is coming out with NFTs that is going to be in Decentraland. So that's pretty interesting. Cosmos and BPro. And if you look at the last seven-day change, well, BPro is up 130%. That's not bad. I think when I built this, I only put like $20 or $30. Yeah, I think only $20 into BPro. And that's been one of the biggest gainers of the last week. But look at Theta up 35%. That's not shabby. And you have Chainlink and VET and Bitcoin up 25% for the week. You have Cardano that stalled out a little bit, which could be an indication that it is going to start moving again. Binance Coin, Solana, really surprised about Solana. Only up 5% within the last week. So that could be a good, but I thought I DCA'd into Solana last week. I think I put it into Theta, Solana, and one last week. No, I put Polygon, Theta, and one last week. So, you know what? I'm just going to put it into Solana. I think Solana, since it hasn't moved that much, I think Solana is a good one. I do like Solana quite a bit. I know a lot of you guys are Solana fans. So, right now, let's do some math here. 27.72. Let's do $100. All right, divide by 27.71. So, that gives me 3.6. So let's see if I can do it. Add it in real quick. Oops, that's not what I want to do. What did I do here? New transaction. I'm just going to pretend like I'm depositing it because I don't want to subtract off anything. So let's put Solana in here. 3.6. Date and time. That will be right now, July 28th at 9 p.m. would be what? 9 plus, so that would be right here, right? Yes. I hate military time. All right, there you go. So this week I added a little more to Solana, kind of bumped that up, right? And that's because it hasn't moved as much as the others within the last 7 days. So I'll DCA that, and let's see what happens. All right, guys, let's do some Q&A. All right. Scrolling up, someone says PayPal crypto is not available worldwide yet. That is true, but they are opening up every single week. Mark says, I'm the real deal. Well, I appreciate that. Buy Bitcoin and Cash App. Michael Saylor has been, talking about Cash App a lot. Sometimes he just buys on his own, and he says he does it on Cash App. I have not used it. For those of you guys that have, maybe you could chime in and let me know how good it is. Please do a show shirtless, entice people to get on your OnlyFans. Well, I'm not sure people are ready for that. All right, scrolling down. All right. What's the best platform to do DCA with automatically? A lot of the exchanges offer that. Even if it doesn't, just do it manually like this. Well, how hard is it to do it once per week? Right? Just set a time once a week or once every 2 weeks. Set a schedule, put it on your calendar, do it yourself. It's not that hard. Brad says, I put 2 wrapped Bitcoin into Aave. Borrow $5,000 at a time. Put 6 play to earn blockchain games, $5,000 each. I'll pay off the loans, clear 6 figures playing game and keep. Brad, it sounds like a good plan, but you're taking a lot of risk there. You're putting $5,000 into six play to earn games, which could be hot, but they could also be coming down at the same time. So I would be a little bit careful, but if it works out for you, great. Hellcat, don't start with that. Don't start with that with my portfolio. Lollapalooza is using Solana for the NFT marketplace. That's interesting. What do you think about Luxo? I mean, I have not heard if they finished their mainnet or not. It was supposed to be done. I don't hear anyone talk about Fabian. He was kind of hyped up because the new standard is supposed to be great for NFTs, but I don't hear anything about that these days. So hopefully they can come back. Just chugged your black coffee. How do you go to sleep? You know, in fact, I'm so resistant to caffeine. I could drink all the coffee I want right before bed and I'll still fall asleep. I'm lucky in that fashion, I guess. Do you think Bitcoin will test 35.36 before breaking 41? Do we need a spring? I have no answer to that. I don't think so, but if it happens, okay. So what? It doesn't change a thing. So... what did I miss? 1559 to move price of ETH. Well, it has been already. So once it's done, will it? Sure. Beforehand, leading up to it, sure. And it could sell off a little bit afterward because it's probably going to be buying rumor, selling news. But overall, it's going to help Ethereum. It's going to add in some deflationary aspect to the chain, and that's always positive. I have no thoughts on Bifrost and BiFi. People have asked me that before. It looks like any other run-of-the-mill DeFi project. I don't have anything to say about it. Did I crack open that blue label yet? I have not. My new bottle, sitting idle. When 01 Oldsmobile Alero. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember that car, and it's kind of a POS. Views on Chili's. I like Chili's quite a lot. They started signing up some NBA teams, like the Cavaliers, which no one cares about anymore ever since LeBron left. But I do like that they're expanding to the U.S. That's what they set to do. So I like their future. Car question. Mustang versus Camaro. You pick one, both V8s. It's Mustang, hands down. I grew up with a 95 Mustang, the last 5-liter before... Last pushrod 5-liter. That's how I started loving cars, because ever since I got that car, I started like tinkering with it, modifying it, and souping it up. Yeah, but even these days, even if you're not a Ford guy or a Mustang guy, you compare the Mustang Camaro, Mustang blows away the Camaro. It's not even close, which is why Camaro sales are so miserable. I'm telling you, like within a few years, Chevy is going to discontinue Camaro because how horrible the sales are. But I hate how Ford called their Mach-E the Mustang Mach-E. They should have just left out the Mustang name. Add some Luna. I think I'll add it maybe next week. Golden Gate, I bet you're really fun at parties. I highly suggest you to just hold your coins. Please stake it, gain passive interest. You could get 12% on Kraken for Thought. There's many options. Check it out. Echo, are you talking to me or everyone else that's just watching? I think you're just giving like a blanket statement. What do you call it? what is a what's that announcement? Like a PSA announcement? Is that what it's called? I don't. It's been so long, but generally, I think that's right. If BTC tops out at 100K, what should the price drop to in a bear market? If it goes down 85%, then it goes down to 15,000. So in the past few cycles, it dropped 85%. So there you go. That's assuming that happens and assuming that it falls 85%. Not a big fan of Nano. George Mearston FT. Do you think telehealth makes sense of blockchain? Solve launched it 2 weeks ago. I mean, Solve.care is trying to be like the biggest healthcare, play in crypto. They have one Arizona network, which seems to be okay, but whether or not telehealth makes sense, I guess if you can make it work, why not, right? Ultimately, it comes down to what they're trying to do is make it easy and incentivize both the doctors and patients, and also make it easy for patients to have access to their data all the time, their health records. And if they could do that with telehealth, it makes sense. But it's really hard to break into hospital systems and stuff like that, health systems, because there's so many regulations. But if they could do it, they're going to be golden. Aavegotchi, yes, I have looked at it before. It's like, it's like that other Japanese game, Tamagotchi or whatever it's called. Market cap just doubled. Every NFT play pretty much doubled. Yeah, I remember this project. It has shot up quite a bit. Every single one, well, it's not 100 million. Every single one of these NFT projects started pumping up because of Axie Infinity. So, can they keep this? That's the question, because you have seen it. They have pumped up before. Can they hold this momentum? We'll see. They're not really part of the Aave. It's just they have the support of them. I have 50K. Do you think I'd buy one BTC and split the rest, or go all in on all coins? No. 50, 25, 25. That's what you should follow. 50% big caps, 25% 50% Bitcoin, 25% big cap, 25% everything else. But sprout your buys. Sprout your buys. Do not go in all at once. That way, if things go down, you could DCA, right? If it goes up, great. Just hold on to it. Wait until things come down. You could DCA. Tesla still wants my Lego typewriter, which will be out of stock for months. So I think it's worth more than a blue label. Do you think the part of the crypto pump could be a result of the exodus from Chinese tech stocks looking for alternative option? Hey, it could be. It could be, right? Chinese market right now, or tech stocks, is not doing good. A lot of those investors could be wanting to, invest elsewhere. Although it's very hard for them, but I guess they have ways to do it. What do you think about FTX taking over Blockfolio? I've never used either one, so I can't comment. Used to like CMC a lot what happened. I think Livecoin Watch is better, so it's more customizable. And CMC was having a lot of problems with their portfolio and stuff, so just decided to just use something else. Daniel. Okay, thank you. Chami. Thoughts on Matic? How will ETH 2.0 impact Matic? It's fine. ETH 2.0 won't impact it. They have their own ecosystem and it's doing very well. And as long as they can continue to bring on board new projects, they'll be fine. Ernest, any thoughts on whatever that is? I don't even know how to say it. Stochastic finance? No. Ernest, I don't know what project that is. You're in Patreon. Just send me a message. I'll take a look at it. Nick, thank you. If all your altcoins equal 1 BTC, would you trade them to make this work? No. I mean, if you didn't have any BTC and you wanted some exposure, sure, you could sell them off to get some BTC and rebalance. But otherwise, are you asking if you should sell off? What would you rather have, 1 BTC or altcoins? Well, it depends, because there's a lot of altcoins I really love, and some of them that have moved better than Bitcoin over a long haul. So I think it's important to have both. I have never used Gero Wallet before, and quite honestly, without Cardano being done, it's probably missing some features, right? Gero Wallet is supposed to be an all-in-one wallet on Cardano, but until Goguen is done, there's really no point to it. All right, all right. I think that's it. Wait, dumb TRX? Are you talking about a car? Are you talking about a truck or a Tron? Ethereum Classic? I don't know what, I'm just neutral on them. Coca-Cola in here loves Ethereum Classic. You should have a chat with him, but they're doing good, I think, because IOHK supports them, and most likely all the Ethereum miners will probably move to Ethereum Classic once they truly move to ETH 2.0. So you have that going for them, but I don't know. All their latest updates and forks is just making it more compatible with Ethereum. So I don't even know what they're really trying to do. Eventually crypto will hit, but when it does, do you think goods in the world or basic living will be manipulated because of it? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, David. But it will be globally adopted someday. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. Overall, you know what? Bitcoin is still holding right around 40,000. It's going to break 41,000 soon, according to my sources. But in the meantime, what we could do is look at what's going on. Why is Bitcoin going up? Why will it continue to go up? Well, just look at all this buying, man. $3.6 billion worth of Bitcoins came out of the exchanges, and it's not going to, it's not going to, it's not going to just retail wallets, right? Most likely, this is going to institutional wallets, the guys that have billions upon billions upon billions of dollars to spend. So this is an enormous amount, and tomorrow we can see another outflow too, right? So what this is showing is, yeah, there's a lot of buying. There's a lot of buying. And hopefully you guys have been taking advantage while Bitcoin has been stagnant and low all this time. All right, guys, that is it. The poor now has money. David, no matter what, even the poor has money, they'll never have more money than the rich. So that's just the name of the game. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and tune in tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? And check out my other card channel, or my other channel. There's a card channel called Drivers Only. All right? Take care, guys. Bye-bye.